All right. Good evening and good night, and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Tuesday, June 17, 2015. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Vanessa.
Vanessa is back. She is our special co-host.
You know, just now I was like hoping to hear Soup, you know.
Soup is on special assignment, and he will be back real soon. Just want to say that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until weekly at 8 p.m. We do have a telephone number, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on that number as well. Most importantly, we do have a website, streaming live from the vi.com. That's the website that you have to go to in order to see this show. Just click on Watch Us Live, and guess what, Vanessa? They will see us live. We do have email. You can reach us at streamingливefromthevi@yahoo.com as well. And tonight we do have some special guests in the studio. There they are right there. It's the Hounds and Foxes Track Club. You guys wave to the crowd. They're seeing you right now. But before we get with them, I just want to run through a few more things real quick here. We are in the high-tech, low-tech studio coming to you from an undisclosed location here. St. Croix, Virgin Islands, no radio, no TV, internet only. We have no frequency. We're not on the local cable network. You have to get online via your smartphone, Android, iOS, your iPad. Open up your browser, whether Mac or Windows, and just go and search for It's Your Perspective Talk Show.
Even on their phones.
Yeah.
Tablets, anything, any
device you can see this show. Most importantly, too, all our recorded live shows are on YouTube and Ustream. Vanessa, we got over about 150 shows on YouTube as well, and a few shows on Ustream. Just go to those sites respectively and search for our channel, It's Your Perspective Talk Show, and you'll be able to see all those shows. We want to give a special shout out to CHS class of 1982, the class I'm representing, and 2002, which class Vanessa represents. Carib's in the house, and our special guest, as I said, is Vanessa. She's representing Rhythms and I-Grade Records. Thanks for coming out and helping us tonight. And a shout out to Julie and Cherise King and all our past guests. Thanks for being on our show. We're also on Twitter. Link us up at VI Perspective. This show is just simply moving straight forward and up, Vanessa. The show's mission is just to inform, entertain, and empower everyone. And around this time, Soup does a special poem. But Vanessa, you have anything that you want to say? Any poem, any kind words of wisdom?
Sure. Yeah. Time heals, and remember, when you look back, reflect on strength.
All right, we'll just leave it at that for right now. And so we do have some special guests in the studio tonight. There they are right there. I want to say welcome to you guys for coming out and spending some time with us. They're seeing you right now. Mr. Charles Golphin, he's a longtime friend of mine. He has the Hounds and Foxes Track Club, Virgin Islands, and he has two of his athletes here, Mr. Matthews and Mr. Daniels. You guys wave to the crowd right there. So Charles, what's happening, man?
Good evening to the listening audience and to you and your special guests and missing host Soup, my two classmates, at least up through junior high. Say live and direct. It's live and direct.
Charles, hold that microphone a little closer when you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You get a little bit more rich sound. So you got this. You got the Hounds and Foxes Track Club. So tell us a little bit about that. How it kind of got started. I know you've been dealing with training athletes, getting ready for different meets and that kind of thing. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. Just tell us how it kind of got started, and that kind of stuff.
Well, pretty much right now I've evolved to be the president, CEO, and basically head coach of the branch here on St. Croix. I basically got involved after I came back after the military. I got involved with St. Joseph High School, just as far as coaching. First with girls softball, then I did a little track, I did boys softball, then the following year they offered me a contract at the school. I coached every sport, believe it or not, 2 sports at one time, some in the gym, some out on the field, and just won girls softball, won undefeated, which is kind of unheard for the private schools, beating the public schools, but we did. And from there, I started a track program and a girls basketball program there.
And so now you're still doing your focus now is the track.
Well, what happened was after Hugo hit in '89, I took the track team from St. Joe to Jamaica for Gibson Relay, which was in first week in February, the last Saturday in January. And after that, I basically started a track club. I went to Mr. T. Henderson, who the track club is a charter member of the Virgin Islands Track and Field Federation. Instead of kind of reinventing the wheel, I asked to breathe some life into his dormant track club, and he gave me the blessing, and I've kind of been running with it ever since.
Okay. So I know over the years you've worked with several different athletes, and you have a couple of them here with you right now. Just tell us who they are, or maybe they can introduce themselves.
Well, on my far left, in the Mizuno VI National Gear, you see Mr. Nine Daniel. He's been with me for quite a long time. I picked him up when I was teaching physical education at St. Patrick's School. Maybe he can tell you what his first recollection of the track club would be to him.
Well, I basically started off in the 3rd grade. I guess I could tell you a little story about it. Mr. Golphin was teaching gym, and at the time I saw him doing like different activities with the students and stuff like that. And then a couple days after, I found out that he had a track club, and I wanted to try something new, so I decided to run, and then I just liked it.
So what's your specialty, I guess?
The 100 meters.
The 100 meters, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
What's
then,
your fastest speed?
Fastest time,
Or time, yeah.
11.12.
so is that like real fast?
It's fast.
It's fast? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then next to you is Mr. Matthew.
Yeah, that's Makari Matthews, a new addition to the club. A welcomed addition, as you can see. His decoration around his neck. Basically, he's been with us maybe no more than 6 weeks, and it's kind of an interesting story. I don't know if I found him or he found me. We happened to be running the hills in Harrigan behind the post office in Frederickstead one Saturday morning, and they happened to be driving up the hill. And the mother rolled down the window. I really didn't know them before and asked could they join us. And I said sure. I really didn't think they were serious because no one's ever done that before in the 25-year history. So I continued with the running, and they parked the car, and she got her son out, and they ran the hill and kind of went back and forth, and voila, he's here. So I'm going to let him speak with you and see what it is from his perspective.
Yeah, tell us a little bit how you got into it, Mr. Matthew.
Well, as Mr. Golphin said, I met him on the hill practicing, and on that same day I had basketball practice, but they canceled it. So I just wanted to have something to do during that time while I wasn't practicing. So I joined Mr. Golphin's practice. It turned out that I started to like it, and after practice he told me about what they do, where they compete and stuff like that, and their schedules for when they practice. And I started to doing the practice, and I started to like it, and I joined the track team.
Okay, so what is your specialty in track and field?
For me today, to me it's 400 meter. I like running long distance.
Okay, so 400 meter basically is one time around?
Two
times around? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
your time?
No, this was one time around. That was 400
yeah.
right?
One. It's one.
It's one time around, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I see that you have like 2 or 3 medals around, and so what are those all about there?
Well, this is my this is a gold medal. I got first place in Tortola for a 1,000 meter, 13:14, and I got first. It was my first time actually doing a track meet off island, so it was a very, very good experience for me.
When was that?
I would say like a month ago or so.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's pretty new. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
good.
The
Because
30th.
he's only been in for 6 weeks.
Well, we were in
Yeah.
Tortola on the 30th, actually. It was basically 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
That one
Okay.
took place on the
So you're
30th.
doing great, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that we went to the CAC age group trials in Tortola, and from there we amassed points. It was basically a pentathlon for the 11 to 12-year-olds, and that's what he participated in, a combination of 5 events culminating with the 1,000 meters. He did the 60 meters, he did long jump, he did high jump, he did baseball throw, and then of course 1,000 meters was the last event, and he got a total of points. And I think he came like 4th or 5th in the points in the competition. We also had Tiana Lake go over. We actually have 2 Tiana Lakes.
You have 2 athletes named Tiana Lake? Is that?
See, now you're making me go to my sheet here for the spelling. Yes, we have 1 Tiana Lake. She was in the paper. She dominated the pentathlon. T_YANNAH Lake. She goes to Alexander Henderson. She's just graduated today, as a matter of fact.
So elementary
Congratulations to her.
student.
Yes, it's 11 to 12-year-old, and she won the she won the long jump, she won the cricket ball throw, she came 2nd in high jump, she came 3rd in the 60 meters and 3rd in 800 meters, and she came 1st overall.
Go girl, she did good.
pentathlon.
She did very good, man.
Very well.
So what about the other 2 medals that you're wearing?
This one I got 2nd in Tortola for cricket ball throw, and these 2 I actually got them in Miami. This one is for hurdles, 100 meter. I got 2nd place, and this one I got 3rd place for a 400 meter.
Congrats. And that's so cool, you know, you guys getting to travel. Like you said, you're getting to like experience things, you know? So congrats to you guys and keep pushing
Well,
and doing great work.
basically that's what it's all about. It's the educational experience. We check their grades, we provide tutoring, but then the traveling again is meeting people. And for somebody like 9, these are athletes, if he keeps it up, that he will be competing with and his age category, and then on through college, and then on hopefully on up to the professional and into the Olympic ranks. These are people that he'll be seeing from year after year. He's already seen them, whether it be Puerto Rico, whether it be Miami, Antigua, Jamaica, and so forth, anywhere in the Caribbean.
So the medal you got from Miami, Charles, you had mentioned that you guys just came from Miami. Is that when you got your medals, just in this last event?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what was it? First time going to Miami?
No, it wasn't my first time in Miami, but it was my first time in that specific track meet.
Okay. So Charles, you know, you and I, you know, we know each other for a long time. So this is the same sort of track event that when I was living in Miami used to come up every summer. This is the same event.
That's correct.
Okay.
The Northwest Games in Miami, the only difference would be that instead of being at the regular stadium that they have, the Travis Powell Stadium, it was at Miramar at the Annis Complex.
Okay.
And the
okay.
track was pretty fast. The young man that won in 9's age division actually ran 10.5, which is phenomenal. And they were talking about how he's 15, so he's definitely a phenomenal talent.
Okay. Okay. So I want you guys to talk about, you know, having Coach Charles as your coach. I mean, is he hard? I mean, what kind of regimen does he put you guys through? Mr. Matthew, can you talk a little bit about that?
To me, he's a really good coach. He's taught me many things that I haven't learned in track about form, how I run. He gave me some really good tips.
Okay.
You ain't just saying that 'cause he's sitting right next to you.
What about you, Mr. Daniel?
Well, I've been with Mr. Golphin for a very, very, very long time.
Has it been that long?
It wasn't that long, but it's been a couple years now. So like, with Mr. Golphin as my coach, he is very, very serious in what he is doing. If you're not serious, then he's not going to take you.
Okay.
You have to be very into what you're doing. Like, you have to love it.
And you, so far, you guys love this whole thing of track and field?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
What
Okay.
schools do you guys go to?
I go to St. Joseph High School.
Okay.
I go to good old Country Day.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, and what grade?
I'm going to 6.
Going to the
Oh,
11th grade.
Whoa, look at that.
Okay. So Charles, you're still at it. You still go to. I guess you still go to the track here, the complex every.
Yeah, we train several different places. That's one of the places we train, as you heard before. We train on different hill sites. One of the ones that we're known for, especially to the people in Frederickstead town, is Harrigan Hill behind the post office. We train at the beach. We got several got to give a shout out to Chalo's weight room in Frederickstead. A lot of the parents didn't even know about the weight room till I introduced it to them. Those are weight rooms that I used when I went to college. I played football in college. When I came home for the summer, those are weight rooms that I used. We train at Arthur Richards. We train at Frederickstead Park. So there's a lot of different, the baseball stadiums, you know. So there's a lot of different places, UVI. So it just depends on the time of the season and the type of training that we're doing.
Okay.
What's the youngest age you have?
We've actually had some 5-year-olds go to Puerto Rico and come back with trophies half their size. Yeah, that was for Hershey. Hershey had to meet in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, they didn't have it this year. They cut back with the, if you weren't in the continental United States, so they cut back on Puerto Rico, Guam, and so forth. So they just had in the continental United States. But we've actually been there 2 or 3 times. So, you know, we get around pretty much. Tortola's a good stomping ground for us. We just recently hooked back up with them. They have a new stadium. They're getting ready to resurface their track over there. Again, Miami, and, you know, any other invitation that we can pick up along the way.
Okay. So Charles, I know you've been a lot of places in your travels. You want to talk a little bit about that? I know at one point didn't you go to China? Did any of these guys go with you?
No, they were. That was a little bit higher level. You know, when we first started the club with, when I first took over the club with Mr. Henderson, shout out to him. He's up there in Chicago. He's getting ready to start another chapter up there.
Okay.
We've already signed up with USTAF, the background checks and everything. So they will be using the official logo. So we will be starting an official chapter up there in Chicago, Illinois.
So when you say official chapter, you mean like an official Hounds and Foxes chapter of the club?
Correct. They will
Okay.
be using, you know, you see the logo here. Sorry. See the logo here? They'll be using the official logo.
Okay.
And they've linked into the website also.
Okay.
We have a Facebook. And then we also have a website, which is Hounds and Foxes, www.com.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. I think maybe you want to switch out some athletes, or these guys are going to stay on?
They can stay on. I'd probably bring my youngest athlete out.
Okay. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Stand by. All right. We're back. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until tonight. Our guests are the Hounds and Foxes Track Club, Coach Golphin. We have Makari Matthew and Nye Daniel. There they are. And I know, Makari, you wanted to say a few more things. Go ahead. What's on your mind? And we have another guest there. We have young Coach Charles Golphin coming up there. Tell him wave to the crowd, man, so they can see him. So, what did you want to say, Makari?
Well, I enjoyed track. I've had some difficult experiences, had some happy, great experiences. One of them was when I got my foot injured. I had to battle through that stage. It was something that I really deal with. And
So you broke it practicing, or you're in a meet?
no, I wasn't in a meet. I was actually outside of track and fields.
Okay.
I was playing a sport and I injured it, and from then on I had to pay close attention to it and be careful of how I use it and treat it well.
So you've completely rehabbed from that now?
Yes, it's well now.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, you can see his neck.
Yeah, Macari, he's played quite a few sports at Good Hope Country Day, so they not only stick to one sport. As Nina said also, he was doing other sports, martial arts, and plays basketball, so they do other sports. We like to mix it up a little bit. Again, when they get a little more serious later on, they do kind of tone it down during track season, of course, because those sports can also cause injuries. But I'd just like to say that I think Macari, he's been very susceptible to the training. He's absorbed it greatly. He only started hurdling 2 weeks ago, and as you can see, he came through with a hurdle in Miami, which really wasn't surprising. The 400 was a little bit more surprising because it's a tougher race and it's hard to judge the expenditure of energy around the track. So I think he's a bright young man, and he's got a bright future.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Daniel?
Well, I'll start off with my story. In December, we had a track meet in New York, and we went with the Hounds and Foxes team, and I had some good results on the 300 meters, and my time was 37.1 or something like that. And since I was playing basketball and track was like battling, and sometimes I took basketball too far instead of track, and then I had to pay the consequences. So I didn't practice track for like about 5 months.
Okay.
And then I got injured in basketball, and then I had to stay off of track and basketball for like 2 months. And then after that, I came off a track meet, like off of the injury, when everything was good and working. Still injured, but
So did Coach Charles have anything to do with the training, the rehab that you guys went through after your injury?
yes. He told me to do my routine, Epsom salt, ice baths, stuff like that, treat it well, rub downs, go to the chiropractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're somewhat fully recovered?
Well, it's not 100%, but it's
Okay.
almost there. Yeah.
Okay.
How does it feel to be a part of a team?
It feels great. It feels wonderful.
Do you all get along for most part? You cheer each other on when one wins. It's like a we all win feel.
Yeah.
Support.
Yep.
Yeah, we know, just like any other family, we have our ups and downs, but when it's said and done, we really look out for each other. We may have a little moments amongst ourselves, but don't let somebody else try to interfere.
You could do it, but not nobody else.
Yeah, we, like I said, that's one of the places we do travel to is New York. For the past 2 years, we've been going to an indoor meet in December. I'm trying to give people like Daniels that will be going to college soon a chance to run indoor and have some experience before they get to college, so it won't just be a totally new experience when they get up there. As a freshman, he did quite well. He won the 55 and the 200 meter for the freshmen at the meet in New York, which I guess was kind of surprising. To a certain extent it was surprising, but then to a certain extent it wasn't, just for the mere fact that not have run indoor before, and it is an indoor bank track. It's not flat. does have a bank, and he never run on that before. So to win the gold medal, especially in the 200, that would be more surprising than the 600, of course, which is a straightaway. That was that was special and showed that he had absorbed the training. This year, we went to a different meet, and he ran well. He ran the 300 and the 60 also. So we'll be gearing up to go back to that. One of the, they have a lot of meets up there. Sometimes they have 2 different meets in the same day in the Armory in Washington Heights. But we're looking forward to going back there this season.
Cool. So, how long do you guys commit to practice?
Well, the older you are,
Hours, days.
the older you are, of course, the more practice you need. So, the professional or national team athletes are going to train more than the collegiate team athletes. Are going to train more than the high school athletes, than the junior high, and of course. Usually with the elementary, we like to get them starting out with 3 days a week. It basically takes 3 days a week of any type of exercise to make a change. And from there we go into 4 days a week. 9, being in high school, he starts in September. I'm really proud of him because we've been doing morning workouts, which is grueling, before he goes to school.
Oh,
So
really? Okay.
Yeah, he's up at 5. We're either in the weight room or running. And we spend about an hour and a half. Then he goes home, eats, and he goes to school. That means after school, he can worry only about his studies. He doesn't have to worry about coming to practice after school. And we do that up until about Thanksgiving. Then we transition right before Thanksgiving into strictly afternoon practices. And,
Big up to you, you know, and that shows discipline.
Discipline.
And it just, you know, you're gonna be so spectacular when you get older. You know, this is just like you know, practice.
That was the one thing that I think right now, that's why his times have dropped, even though he missed a lot of training from January through March, because the base was really good. Okay, and that was the foundation. And then off of that foundation, even though he got injured and had to take some time off, we just kind of threw away the 2 and the 4 and just struck strictly with the 100. So his time, he has run his fastest time. It's not the time that we set out for at the beginning of the year, which was 10:09. We wanted to break into the 10s. But we got close, and we're kind of satisfied with that under the circumstance. And it's got a wheeling come again next year with that.
So and also too, Charles, you deal with their diet as well too, right?
Well, of course, the parents. I'm gonna next segment, we're going to have the parents come in real quick. We have both of their parents here, but the parents, they're the one that buy the food and they're the one that cook the food. It's not until later on that the athlete would have full control over that, but the parents have done a good job, as you can see. Done a very good job taking advice, and naturally, of course, being Caribbean-based parents, their diet is a little bit better than the full-fledged American that deals with a lot of fast food and so forth. So having some Caribbean base in them, they deal with a lot of natural things, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables and so forth, and then we supplement whenever we can.
Okay.
I think you have a boxer, not a runner.
This is the youngest member of the Hounds and Foxes track club family. He's actually been to Poland to World Indoor. He's been to Puerto Rico. He's been to Miami. He's been to track meets. And
So he's well known in the track and field industry, eh?
You gonna say hello? No. You
No.
wanna talk now? You wanna
How
say
can any
anything?
one of our listeners, join your team?
As I said, I'm gonna give you a phone number right now, but we are on Facebook and we do have a website. It's Hounds and Foxes Track Club. Phone number would be 561-951-8042. Usually during the school year, starting in September, we're out there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting at 5:30. The reason I picked 5:30 is I want, especially with the younger athletes, to go home and rehydrate and get some nutrition and food in them. start their homework, and let the sun go down a little bit. You know, at the beginning and the end of the season, the sun is pretty hot. So, you know,
And what days did you say that was? At 5:30?
Said usually
What-
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays,
Okay.
5:30.
And you meet at Complex Track and Field?
Well, we meet at Complex, we meet at UVI. Right now, we're meeting at Complex for this track season. Again, that phone number is 561-951-8042. Also 340-692-4213. I like to, they mentioned the medical treatment. I like to give a plug in for Dr. Marlon Williams Chiropractic Clinic. He's been with us since the beginning for all 25 years. He's been with us so long that Sheldon, who was an athlete with us, is now running the father's business.
Okay.
Sheldon and the other son. So the children have taken over the business, and they also have a branch in Trinidad.
Trinidad, yeah.
Yeah, can't thank them enough. I mean, we've given them 2 or 3 plaques already. I guess I'm going to have to give the children some plaques now. But Cindy Williams, Dr. Marlon Williams, it's a family venture, and we can't thank them enough.
For helping out, yeah.
Also, we have Therapy Works in St. Thomas. That's Dr. Smith. He's also the national team coach, doctor for the Virgin Islands, but we've used him. He helped us in Tortola. He has a branch in Tortola.
Okay.
And we had an injury in Tortola, and I was able to find him, and he was a great help.
Okay.
So he's a new addition the last 8 years, but we're very lucky to have him, and therapy does work.
That's why they call it Therapy Works.
So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Leon Hunt.
Okay, we have past and present athletes. We have, before I get to Mr. Leon Hunt, we have Mr. Adrian Durant, who ran for the national team, and he is presently a coach for the last 3 years at Cornell University. He participated in track and field at SEC school, which is University of South Carolina, and ran for the world famous Coach Fry. He basically went to everything that you could go to, starting from the CAC age group, which he did win 2 medals, Junior Pan Ams, Youth Games, World Juniors. He went to Carifta. He does have a Carifta medal. He medaled in the same race as Usain Bolt in 200, and Daniel Bailey, who went on to be professional. He still owns the junior record for the Virgin Islands in the 100 meters, which is 10.3.
Oh, he does? Wow.
Yes,
okay.
he still has that record.
Okay.
And
And so,
definitely,
and Mr. Matthew is running the same at 10.6? Is that, you said Adrian's run, what is it?
10.3, that was in the 100 meters.
Oh, the 100, okay.
Meters,
Okay.
yes, that was in the 100 meters.
Okay. Okay.
Like I said, that was a junior record, which is basically 19 and under. He's been to the World University Games and CAC University Games. So again, he's been to just about everything that there was at his level, and now has transitioned that into a master's degree, and also, as I said, a 3-year tenure at Cornell University. He coaches the fastest young man in 200 meters in the history of Spain.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I remember Adrian. He was real fast.
Also, we have Mr. Eon Bass. He works for the engineering firm. What's the firm right down the street here?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
He worked at the engineering firm there. He went to Delaware, University of Delaware. He participated in long jump there on scholarship. He is a person that went into the CAC age group games and dominated those games. I mean, after the first day, he had a gold medal in shot put. He had a bronze medal in the 60 meters behind the 2 Jamaicans, and he had a bronze medal behind the Jamaican and the Puerto Rican in long jump.
Okay.
And he went on to become 4th in that competition. That was a great, outstanding performance, and he's led the way as far as the CAC age group, which you heard Matthew talking about, which will be in Trinidad, and that's what the trials were that we went to in Tortola. So we have 3 athletes going there. That will be Mr. Macari here, Macari Matthew. We have Tiana Lake, and we also have Jacinia Tuitt. Those will be the 3 representing my track club, which will be joined by 4 or 5 other athletes going to Trinidad July 18th and 19th for the CAC Age Group Championship.
Okay.
So
Now we have Mr. Leon Hunt. Mr. Leon Hunt graduated from Florida A&M. He was a 2-time NCAA qualifier in long jump. We were blessed to pick him up about 6 years ago. He was then going to Virginia State. At that time, I was coaching at the University of Illinois in Champaign. We tried to get him to come there, but subsequently we left Champaign, Illinois, in the university, and he went to Florida A&M, and I came back to the Virgin Islands to continue with the track club. He graduated from there, and he actually went on to be a volunteer coach at Cornell this past season also.
Oh, really? Okay,
And
good.
he's also earned his MBA.
Right, very good.
But this past weekend, he met with us, joined us in Miami at the track meet, and he won the long jump. Jumped, I think, 7.6 meters. What's it say on the paper there? I don't know if
Yeah, let me see here real quick. Yeah, 7.66 meters.
Yes, he
Which is
jumped
roughly 25 feet 1.5 inches.
Right. So
Wow.
he won that. He won that event, and he's also qualified for the Pan Am Games, which are going to be in Ontario, Canada. They did an interview since he won the meet. They did an interview on him at the meet in Miami, and that's the newspaper article. If somebody wants to look at that, they can go to the Miami Herald online. That would be Monday Sports Edition. They have 2 pictures of him, one of him training and one of him doing the long jump.
Yeah. Leon Hunt's long journey ends with gold. That's the name of the article.
Yeah, in the article it highlighted. It's a funny thing when I first met him, he was doing high jump, long jump, triple jump, 110 hurdles, 400 hurdles, 4x1 relay, 4x4 relay, and sprints. And I asked him, could he do pole vault, because he could have just basically been a decathlon.
Okay.
But we just worked with him, found out what he could do, whittled it down, and we determined that he was really a long jumper.
Okay.
And of course, number 1 rule with long jump is what?
Speed.
Number 2?
Speed.
Number 3?
Speed.
So of course, he had to do a lot of sprinting also.
Okay. He's got to get that speed up so he can
The
jump.
speed, there is no jump without speed. You
Yeah.
can only jump so far with power. So you gotta just like a plane. That's the only way I correlate it with a plane taking off. The plane gets down to the end of the runway, and it builds up its speed. And once it gets up to the optimum speed, it has liftoff.
Yeah.
Then
There
once
she
it has
goes.
liftoff, it enjoys the flight, prepares for landing, and then it lands. And that's basically what the long jumper, the high jumper, the triple jumper, and pole vaulter with a pole does. That's what a pole vaulter is. He's a long jumper with a pole. So that's basically.
Okay.
So what do you have in store for you next?
Well, next we have, as I said, Macari will be going to Trinidad for the CAC age group. Leon has a few more meets, and then he will be going to Ontario, Canada for the Pan Ams, and then on to the NACAC games in Costa Rica. That's North American, Central American, and Caribbean games. So from there, he'll be trying to qualify for the World Outdoor Championships in China.
Okay.
Back to China.
Back to China. Okay. So we're gonna take another quick break here. I
We're
think
gonna meet with the parents.
yeah, we're gonna meet with the parents.
Hi, Mom. No, you want to say anything? You shy
Meet the
now? You
real
sleepy?
stars.
All right. So we're gonna take another quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today's Wednesday, June 17, 2015. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show, and we're going to continue on with our guest tonight, Mr. Golphin from Hounds and Foxes Track Club. And we've done a little switcheroo of our guests. Now we have the parents of Mr. Matthew and Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
There they are right there. You guys wave to the crowd. You're streaming out right now.
And just, everybody tuning in, you can call. Please call. Talk to these great people. Find out how you could be a part of it, whether to, enroll your child or volunteer or just support, 340-201-9005. You can also text us.
Don't
We'd
forget
love if you call.
donations. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah, sponsor, whatever you want to do, just
partake,
support. This is great. This is, our youths, and these are two of our stars here this evening.
That's right. We have the parents now. They're here. And
before we hit to the parents, I'd like to talk about another past athlete. Really helped put our club on the map before Adrian came along, a female. That's Miss Gina Gonzalez. Gina Gonzalez. How can I forget her? The first ever Daily News Athlete of the Year. They named the award after Nigel Green, the Daily News sports reporter that died of a massive heart attack on the basketball court in St. Thomas, and she kind of bonded with her mother. She used to be the junior record holder in triple jump and high jump. Matter of fact, Juanetta just broke her her record a couple of years ago. Juanetta's on the senior team, but she went on to Widener. She was All-American at Widener, and she went on to New Jersey Dental and Medical School and is now a chiropractor in Atlanta.
Okay.
Miss Mary Gonzalez over there at Plaza Extra East is her mother, Mr. Gonzalez, and she was also valedictorian of the school.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Eon Bass was a salutatorian of St. Dunstan's and played basketball with Tim Duncan.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Big ups to that whole crew there.
Yes. So to my left, we have the call it the ignition, because they've come in a short amount of time and they've caused a whole lot of activity. That's Miss Luby here, Makari Matthews' mother. I'm gonna let her say a few words.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Luby. Makari Matthew is my son. We started Hounds and Fox in May, and we're excited. Makari's doing great, and I'm happy.
Good. That's good.
Carrie's also an honor roll student. I don't know if we mentioned that before, but he is an honor roll student, and it seems that honor roll students and valedictorians tend to gravitate toward the club, which we love.
That's great.
And Mr. Daniel?
Yes, sir.
You gotta hold that mic a little closer just to get the fullness of your voice there. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so how long you and your son have been involved?
My son and I have been involved in track and field for about 8 years now, since he was in the 3rd grade, and it's been progressing. We have seen.
Make sure too that you turn your mic on. Make sure that switch there is on. It's up. It's
There
on.
we go.
Yeah.
It was off.
Yeah, there we go. Much better. Much better.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So we've been involved in track and field for about 8 years now, and my son, he really enjoys it, and we have seen the improvement, and in the years with the with his progress.
With the progress, yeah. So I guess for both of you guys as parents, I mean, you must be very excited to see from day one and the progression, and he's winning medals. Must make you guys very proud to be parents of young, great, potentially great track and field athletes.
But they look like athletes themselves, You guys, were you in any sports growing up, or do you partake in anything now? Could they have all kind of adult leagues now?
Pretty
I
much.
did as an adult. I actually ran in women race, came in second as an adult.
Big up.
Big up.
And Mr. Daniel, what about you?
Well, I just work out on a regular.
Okay.
I'm not involved in any kind of race or anything like that.
Okay.
Just
But you
a
guys,
regular workout.
believe in a great, healthy, diet and fitness.
Oh, definitely.
Certainly.
We definitely do that. With 9, we definitely give him the right foods to eat. Sometimes, he cheats, of course. But we really try to get him the right type of foods.
That's great.
Okay.
And that's great that you've enrolled them in, such, well, in a great sport. You're teaching them discipline and you're supporting them. So it's really good.
Yeah, well, the support is definitely the most important thing. I think they do tend to get into your wallet when we have to travel and with the different vitamins we would have to get for them. So,
And you know what? It's so great when parents invest in their children. They need that. They deserve that. So.
Definitely.
Big up to you guys. Big up to all the other parents, of the children in this sport or in any other sport. You know what I'm saying? It's just investing in our youths, supporting them. And it's a great thing that Mr. Charles, have been doing for so many years. So continue.
Yeah, Charles is bringing out good athletes, man.
I'm going to see about, enrolling my son, see what we got.
Another past athlete, and the reason I bring up this story because you were talking about the investment. Can't say enough about Miss Kyra Thomas. She's the granddaughter of Mr. Genix, who everyone knows in Frederickstead, dealing with baseball and softball, and of course Bert Bryant. That's their granddaughter, and she participated with the club for many years. She's gone on. She's at Howard right now. She's not even running track, but she talks about how she still uses the principles from the track club and how she's self-motivated. And even her parents, they talk about how she's self-motivated, and they really don't have to do anything for her now because she's self-propelled and she knows how to do it and find it herself. And that's part of the progression that we do. Rule number 1 in the track club is what? Don't panic. Rule number 2, do what you do in practice. And then, of course, rule number 3, you revert back to rule number 1, which is basically don't panic. Adrian says he still uses those principles in Cornell. And that's about what it's about. Everyone is not going to go to the Olympics. Everyone's not going to run in college. Everyone's not going to be able to win a gold medal, but it's about, as you said, learning some type of discipline. 9 have been in martial arts, which just takes discipline. 9 also plays music, is doing piano. And I felt that was a great combination on Saturdays for him to run track and then go to piano for his central nervous system. Makari Louie plays several sports at the school, makes good grades, so it's about being all arounder also.
Yeah.
And he plays clarinet.
I can't say enough about the parents. Miss James, Miss Shakia James, Miss Tuitt, Miss Luby. I mean, I've seen poor Mr. Daniels. This is my first child I have here. Poor Mr. Daniels, I've seen him just dragging around band equipment. I mean, I've seen him go to the mill. So I asked him, is that what I have to look forward to?
Definitely.
But
He definitely has to look forward to that, right?
Definitely. I mean, if you want to put that energy into your child and see him do well, you have to put that effort forward,
Yes,
and on the days you want to sit at home, those are the days that you have to get out and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd be happy that
be a
you
part
went
of it.
out,
Yeah,
and you did it. Yeah.
Definitely, because it's rewarding when you see him do well.
The results.
So
Yeah.
and that's my only child, so
Yeah.
That's great.
I ain't got nothing else.
I just want to ask you guys one quick question here. So, as you guys have, your sons running, I mean, what moment in time did you feel like most proud of your sons? I mean, when they were at, what event were they at and they won? I mean, you felt like yes, Can you guys say specifically? Like,
I don't think that there was a track meet per se, but his attitude in practice, I think, is like a really proud moment for me, because when you win medals, it makes you feel good.
yes.
So therefore, you gravitate towards that. But in practice, there's no medals. You sweat, you hurt, you have all that pain. but he constantly goes to practice and he works hard, and when he does win that medal, you know, it makes
Makes you feel
Makes
good.
practice worth it.
I know there was, I don't know if he can remember, but I do remember one moment. That was when we went to Northwest a couple years ago. And I think in the first round, he must have run like 11.37. Then he ran 12.37. Then the second round, he must have ran 12.26. And then he came back in the final and ran 12.01. I think he was, even though he didn't get a medal, he ran fourth. But I could see the look on Mr. Daniels' face that he was very satisfied with that. That showed that the athlete was well trained to be able to go through 3 rounds and
do
run
better
faster each time, and then of course drop to a new personal best. And I could see just the satisfied, because again, you're paying money, you're doing this, and you're going on the faith of the instructor, and you can see a little bit of talent in your son. But I think at that moment he really realized that not only
I got something.
got something with the coach and my son.
Yeah. So what about you, Miss Matthews? What moment in time was that for you when you felt like, he's going to be real fast and big star?
Well, for Miss Luby, it was taller in the 1,000 meet. I saw him keeping up with the others, really staying with them, and in the last half court, he dashed away from them and he kept a perfect form, and he just went in like a real champ. And I thought, wow, practice pays off.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, guys, so it's about 9:19 on Wednesday, July 17th. I want to thank you guys for coming out, as always. And one of the things that we say, Charles, is that we're not professional talk show hosts, so if there's anything that you want to mention or say...
Sure.
Yeah, just go ahead and...
My wife would kill me. Shout out to my lovely wife, who's, I can't express enough how joyful it's been being a family man, and the mother of my son, and really can't express enough the joy of the family and my wife and what she means to me in the track club. So to my wife, Miss Trudy, Bernadette, Yolanda, Cowan, Golphin, I love you.
And I think here we
also real quick, let me get them in there. We got VI Lottery that helped out a lot. Cottages by the Sea, Innovative, Smart Net. That's how we monitor the athletes when they're at meets and we're not there. Verzon's Parks and Recreation, Sports Parks and Recreation, the new name. Senator Francis, Senator Gittins. We have Cruisin' Rum, Interocean Island Insurance, Marshall Sterling, Neighborhood Laundry. And if I missed anybody, I'll try to get you in next time.
Okay, so real quick, one more time, Charles, just let everybody know, how to get a hold of you.
Your website,
your
your
website,
number.
your number. If parents are listening and they want to get your son, their son involved.
Right,
Or
the
daughter.
Hounds.
You have girls too, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, it mentioned
Sons and
Gina
daughters,
and Tiana
yeah.
Lake and so forth. We've had a lot of success with the females. It's Hounds and Foxes Track Club at www.com. Also, we're on the Facebook, and our phone number is 561-951-8042. That's 561-951-8042. Landline would be 340-692-4213. That's 340-692-4213.
4213.
Excuse me, 4. I need a meal. I just had practice today. Thank you, 4213. And
Someone's paying attention, right?
yeah, somebody. And the email TRUDI. That's Trudy. TRUDI Golphin GOLPHIN at yahoo.com.
That's it right there.
Thank you so much. My classmate, Miss You Soup, wish you was here. Quack, quack, for those that know what's going on. And Got the horse race, you got the dog race, but ain't nothing like the human race.
That's right, man. All right, so our guests tonight are the members of the Hound and Foxes Track Club. Want to thank them for coming out tonight and spending a little bit of time with us. And our special co-host tonight, Vanessa, is in the studio. She'll be back again here soon, right? I hope soon.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. Let's give a shout out to Mizuno. You see, a lot of us have a lot of Mizuno on. We've been blessed that sponsor the Track and Field Federation.
Okay.
It's trickled down to the younger people in the club. So, shout out to Mizuno.
Okay.
Big up.
Big up, big up. All right, man. So that's it for tonight. The Hounds and Foxes Track Club are here talking about their accomplishments. We had two of the star athletes and their parents are on as well. This is the HO Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow night, Thursday. Author Gary James is back. His conversation continues, part 14. And I'll leave the last word to Vanessa.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming out tonight. You know, big up to all the parents in our community that's investing in our children, supporting the youths, you know. It's all about them. And so, have a good night.
Have a good